You're tuned into Capital Jazz TV. I'm your host, Jodine Dorsey. This is the 13th annual Capital Jazz SuperCruise, and I am sitting with the first-time Super Cruiser, but not a stranger to Capital Jazz, K.Avett. How are you?
I'm doing well.
You doing well?
Yes.
How are you enjoying the SuperCruise? This is your first one, correct?
So this is my very first Capital Jazz SuperCruise. It has been amazing. It really, really has.
Have you been able to see some people that
Yes.
you've been wanting to see perform live before? Like
yes,
who?
I
Tell
have.
me.
So we saw Layla Hathaway. I'm a huge fan of hers.
Who isn't a fan of Layla Hathaway? It's like her voice, it's just healing.
Her voice.
Yes.
It is. It's
Yes.
very soothing.
Yes.
Omar, I had an occasion to perform with him in Canada at a totally different festival, and so I was really excited to see him again. He's like UK royalty.
He is.
He really is.
He
So,
is.
yes.
He is.
And
Yeah,
there
that's-
are so many people that I still haven't seen, and I'm trying to squeeze all these people in. That's
Because
what's
you
so
have your own
hard.
performance to do.
Yes, yes, I do.
But what I've noticed is, even though she's like performing and you're seeing all this stuff, you're still in your room working
Yeah.
it out. I see this on her Instagram. I'm like stalking her on her Instagram, and I'm like, why do you have a whole studio set up in
Listen,
your
because
cabin right now?
You got to work hard and then play hard. That's just what needs to be done.
I love that. I want to talk about your last post though, because you said something that Eric Roberson kind of inspired you. It was this trip that.
It was this trip.
Tell me what happened.
So he had this wonderful workshop where he just talked about how a lot of times we get in our way. We get in the way of the process because we're so worried and focused on the end result that we kind of take away all of the gems that we can gain along the way because
Right.
we don't focus on the process. And especially from a songwriter's perspective, a lot of times when you get writer's block, it just kind of stresses you out. And
Right.
so I was really inspired. He's just awesome anyway. I have to say,
We love Eric
he
Roberson.
is such a nice person. Like he's just so
Genuine,
so
and it's
genuine.
authentic,
It
right.
really is,
It
and he's
really is.
very, very transparent and says what we all know to be the truth, which is sometimes the process is ugly. Like you write a song and it is just in your mind, it's trash,
Right.
and so you
Right.
can get really it can be kind of demoralizing at times, especially when you feel like you're kind of on a time crunch or you're feeling the pressure of getting this particular song done. So I really appreciated him for just putting that out there and reminding us that, hey, we are all works in progress. So when you see somebody who's maybe at the next step that you're trying to reach, know that they had to go through some things to get
I
there.
like when he said that. He was like, if you're touring, there's somebody else that wish they were touring.
Absolutely.
If that person that thinks like whoever you think you want to be, that person's complaining that they're not the person that they want to be. And
Absolutely.
It just goes higher and higher. It's so amazing, like
Yeah.
how he was able to bring that full circle.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So talking about process, how's the process been going for you as far as singing and songwriting and balancing out? Because what we don't know is that she's also a nurse and that she's also in medicine.
Yeah. Well, so music for me is a very cathartic process anyway. And I think the two balance each other out. I've got my left brain with my music and then my right brain with
You're right.
nursing and all of that stuff. But
Right.
it can be a little hard to navigate sometimes because I have kind of a very structured personality. So when I get those moments where the song is not exactly how I want it to go,
Right.
I'm like, oh no,
It's gotta be formal. It's
this
gotta
will
be-
not
right.
do. We got to get
work.
it together. Yes.
Right.
So, but I'm just learning to as he has taught us to embrace the process and just kind of go with the flow and not be so rigid. So I think for me, that was my greatest takeaway was just embracing the idea of flexibility. Yeah.
And embracing the journey as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So tell me about what's going on with you right now. You're also touring and going on the road and performing at different places?
I am not currently touring. I am actually writing for my third project.
There it is.
So,
Yes.
that's always it's always an experience, And honestly, this process is going to be a little bit different from the last process, and
Why? What makes it different?
well, just at a different time in my life and, different experiences. And that always, for me at least, it's always reflected in my writing.
So it influences.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Yep.
So today's MLK Day.
Absolutely.
And we have been listening and talking to folks about service and just people giving back because that's what MLK Day represents. But
Right.
MLK also represents, blackness and
Yes.
just expressing yourself and things of that
Yes.
nature. So I got 5 words.
Okay.
We're going to play a game. 5 words. Each of those words, I'm going to say a word. You got 5 seconds.
Okay.
5 seconds. 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
to sing a song with that word in it.
Okay.
You don't have to sing the whole thing. Maybe it's a bridge. Maybe it's a hook.
Okay.
But you have 5 seconds to think of that. Think of that song.
Okay.
So these are all words that's related to MLK Day for me.
Okay.
For me. First word is free.
I just want to be free.
Hey.
Free.
Come on now.
Free.
You better sing it.
Let me just say, I met her in the dining lounge. She is so sweet.
Denise Williams is
Yes.
amazing.
I didn't mean to cut that off.
No, I get it.
But she came and introduced herself to me, and I just thought, well, okay, Miss Williams, hello.
Oh, wow.
I mean, just that she recognized me was,
Wow.
I grew up listening to her, so yes.
And that's how we do it on the Capital Jazz
Yes.
Super Cruise. People just come up to each other and just start talking to each other.
Absolutely.
I love that.
I do too.
Second word, dream. 5,
Oh,
4, 3,
oh gosh.
2.
Oh no.
Or make one up.
Oh no. Oh my goodness.
That was hard. That was
That
hard.
was
Dream was hard.
And I know I will.
You're going to kick yourself
I'm going
too.
to kick myself as soon as I finish this.
We're going to do Family Feud. Pass. Okay.
Pass.
Pass.
Absolutely.
Express.
Oh, what's that song? Express yourself. Express yourself.
Dun, 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 dun. Okay, I like that one. I like that one. All right. All right. All right. So I was told I can't do phrases.
Okay.
So this next word is going to be March.
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 Oh, what is well, that doesn't.
It might.
I was thinking of that church song. I'm a soldier in the army of the Lord. I'm a true born soldier. And I think like the ad lib is, we gonna march on.
There it is.
I think I just made that up. Y'all don't listen to me. I think I seriously just made that up.
Love it.
But I grew up in church, and they made stuff up all the time.
All the time.
So don't tell me
That's
that.
why gospel is always the perfect genre to go to when you got to start making some stuff
Absolutely.
up. Because we make this up. Last word. Black.
Say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud.
Dun, dun, dun. Okay.
Say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud.
See, and that's appropriate. That's appropriate. I
Yes.
love it. I love it. Well, thank you. Wait, hold on. We passed Dream. Do you remember anything from Dream?
No.
Uh-huh.
No.
Dream is hard. Dream is hard.
Oh.
Oh.
No.
I'll give you a hint. One just came to me. Vanessa Williams.
Oh.
I'll be dreaming.
Oh no, that's Selena, isn't it?
No. is it?
'Cause I'm dreaming.
Oh, see, now that one.
of you tonight
Hey.
till tomorrow. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's all I need.
That's
too.
all I.
That's all I
know.
need. Thank you so much for being a sport and playing with us.
You're
How do
welcome.
people keep in contact with you and follow you on the social medias?
So I'm pretty heavily present on Instagram. I do Facebook and Twitter too, but not as much as Instagram. So hit me up. People do all the time. I'm an
Spell it
open
for
book.
us. How do we?
Yeah. My name is K.Avett. That's K.Avett, no spaces.
Okay. K.Avett,
No spaces. And it's all one word. K.Avett.
Thank you so much for joining us on the Capital Jazz Super Cruise. I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you.
She rocks it out at the fest. If you missed her on the Capital Jazz Festival,
I have a show tonight, as a matter of fact.
and I'm looking forward to it.
Yes.
And I'll be introducing her, so I'm excited about
Yes,
that.
and I'll wait till you finish, and then I'll jump on stage.
Please do. Not like Brandon, but that's a whole nother conversation. But thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome. Thanks
Definitely
for having
appreciate
me.
it. This is K.Avett. I'm Jodine Dorsey, and you are tuned in to Capital Jazz TV.